Public hearing for a notice of intent filed by Nova Corp. LLC in accordance with Mass General Law, Chapter 131, Section 40, Wetlands Protection Act, and the Town of Oxford General Bylaw, Chapter 66, to construct a portion of a commercial parking lot and stormwater basin in a 100-foot buffer zone to a bordering vegetated wetland and associated site work located at 124 Leicester Street, North Oxford, Mass. Hi.
Thank you. Hello, good day. You ready for us?
Yeah, we are
Thank
ready for you.
again, very much. Thank you for the site inspection we had a couple days ago for this project on Route 56. The engineer, unless something came in late this afternoon, don't have a deed file number as of this time. We looked at 2:30, we didn't see it. We will be asking for a continuance when we're done the discussion, if you don't mind. So we have revised sheet 3 of 9. We have been in discussions with the engineer, Mika, out of Topa Land Surveying Engineering. So we do have, and it's shown on the plan, the one thing that I might want to bring up initially is the riverfront area. 15,710 square feet is on the property of riverfront area, and presently we have 7,725 square feet of alteration of that riverfront area as we walk that erosion control line to the rear, which was staked out by Topa, and it's on that slope to the back. And there's some questions about 310, at least with the engineer, 310 CMR 1058-4, D1, and we're going to let him come up with the alternative analysis, and he will be at the next meeting on that discussion. As a point of mitigation, as I brought up to him today, because it's been going back and forth since the site inspection, that we would, there are some points of mitigation that EBT suggested, but again, he'll have to justify that, the stormwater to the rear, and why he's in that zone. As we know that stormwater can be allowed in the riverfront area without taking off square footages of alteration, but again, it has to be justified. And we'll let him continue on that discussion if you could. We would, just on looking on the slopes to the rear, much of the proposed grading to the rear, that strip that's within the 200-foot zone, we just finished this on 120,000 square foot in Sturbridge. We did replant it, loam it, seed it, replant it, and turn it back into forest. So some of that slope we could do that with it. I'll leave it at that, because he'll have to bring that into his, as far as alternative analysis. Again, this is a project that, I don't think Ms. Conroy was here at the time. There was an RDA on it. The DA was an agreement, was it earlier this year or late last year that we agreed on that? It's in the RDA is in the NOI.
Okay.
That we agreed on the wetland resource area line. This site, if people aren't familiar with it, who didn't walk it, it's all the way down 56, just before the Mass Pike. There's a duplex. This is the parcel just before the duplex as you're going north. There is a flow path that comes off of Markham Village up above, Pleasant Court, and also off of 56, and there is a proposal to move that flow path through the site to the southern property boundary. Graves Engineering is reviewing it for the planning board. I believe if I could ask my client, this is the client, Adam Workowitz?
Yeah, Wakovich.
Wakovich, and you might know more about what the planning board's up to at this point. I haven't heard anything more from Graves or from the engineers.
Well, we
Yeah.
haven't either, yeah, because it's not ready.
It's not ready,
review.
peer review. So they would be doing, again, the stormwater. We did bring to the attention of the engineers, and they're waiting for, again, the first review, but we do see that there'll need to be some, instead of a grass swale to the southern side of the property where the flow path off of 56 is coming through, we would see more, instead of a grass swale, we would look for more of a stone line swale to ensure that we don't have erosion going down to this old sluiceway channel made maybe in the 1800s. It's old, and that then flows into the French River, and we did discuss that on the site. As far as the flow path, we want to make sure that it's stabilized, and I don't think the engineer, because they don't always have eye balls on the property. They take what the surveyor gave them, but they have agreed we're gonna make sure that that swale is stabilized against erosion. So I think there's a lot more, unless you have something to say on that point.
Nope.
I appreciate the commission's, we're not looking to close it right now, because obviously you have questions, and we'd like to write them down if there's any more than from the site inspection. It is spec, the building. It is for proposed tractor-trailer parking, I believe.
Not the building, but the lot, yeah.
The lot, the lot behind the building.
That's right.
Right. And the only thing the engineer, again, this is the last I'll say, the engineer will bring this forward. We've had good experience with tractor-trailer terminals. Some of that, their turning radiuses, those do drive the width of that back parking lot, which then also pushes us further. But that's up to the engineer to bring out. Just want to make a point of tractor-trailer turning radiuses. Thank you.
Judy?
I just wanted to question the catch basins in the tractor-trailer parking lot, if they're going to have extra treatment.
We just finished the Renzo towing. I hate to bring other projects in, but then we have deep sumps, we have oil separated. This would be something Graves is going to bring up. If it's a high pollution loading designation under stormwater, then you're going to see hydrocarbon hoods in there to ensure that you're catching any kind of hydrocarbon that might leave from possible leak if there's an accident within the tractor trailers. There's other safeguards also of basins we've seen where there's before it gets into the detention structure, even after the hoods, if there's a major leak. I think BJ Gas Stations has this up there where there's another catch-all, so that you catch it again before it gets into the larger basin. So
right
you don't-
now, it's not proposed?
I don't have that in Graves,
Okay.
but we're bringing it, we're writing notes
Okay.
for a gas separation.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep.
And
And
we'll
oil.
ask engineers, any questions coming in, I'll type them up. They'll be CC'd back to you, and they'll go to the engineers tomorrow. Yeah.
Any questions for anybody that wasn't? Quite a few of us were on the site, so. So, back to the parking lot. Since this is a spec project, we don't know what companies are going to be there, nor do we know what will be in these tractor-trailer trucks. So, with that in mind, I'll be looking for, like, what kind of separations are we talking about? The amounts of material that will be removed, and what kind of maintenance schedule will be performed, or inspection schedule, whatever is the most applicable there. Because that basin, for us who are out there, that basin is a short distance from that sluiceway, which empties right into the French River. So once it gets to that basin, it has to be as treated as possible before it gets out into the French River. That's my only concern. So I will be asking also about the catch basins and what's in place to protect the river. And that's it. That's all I had. That was my only concern.
Thank you.
Did we talk about snow removal issues?
Through the chairman, there are several designated, if we could, Judith, could you switch it to another sheet?
I think you can over there.
Either the keyboard or,
No.
well, hold
I
on.
think this is just the.
Chris is gonna do it. Tell him what-
C70 is what we're looking for, but I can also show you that there,
Yeah, we have the little C.
oh, here we go.
There you go.
Thank you. So, snow storage areas that are designated, and these hash mark areas are designated around the site. That might be another one, I can't quite see it as well. It is.
Mhm.
Okay, so at the end of the parking for the building, that would be one. And then we have, and please inform me, because I can't see.
That looks like it, yeah, there's another one right there.
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah.
so, so let's just, we'll count them up. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one covers that. Oh, yeah, that, here's the corner of that parking, and so there's 4 within the larger parking area, and 1 for the small building parking. That is noted here. Sorry about that.
Oh, those, okay.
Temporary dewatering area, settling basin or swale, and stockpile.
So it's the
Staging.
stockpile and staging areas that is the snow removal area?
So, presently, those stockpile and staging areas, which are, and I'll get it, show you one more time.
Yeah, I see them on
You
the
see them
map.
now on the
plan.
plans? Okay.
I see them on the plans, but
Okay, so snow is different than stockpiling. And I can only estimate, and we'll ask the question to the